The older I get, the less time I have to just listen to talk. I don't know about you, but you ain't old enough yet. There's a certain period in your life where you realize, I ain't got time for this. People just kind of wonder in your life, let's talk. Talk about what? Next thing is that you've got to activate the thinker in you. Don't stop. Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. Your mind goes on automatic. You know, weeds don't have to have any encouragement to grow. You don't have to water them. They don't have to get sunshine. They don't have to have fertile ground. They will grow through the cracks of a sidewalk. But if you want to grow orchids or roses or any kind of exotic flowers, there are special processes and procedures you must go through. Well, by the same token, you don't have to force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, to be depressed, to hate somebody, to want revenge, to want to get back at somebody, to beat yourself up over the head, to feel loaded with guilt. You don't have to make any effort to do that. Your mind is on automatic. It will do that by itself. But if you want to begin to move into your own personal greatness, if you want to begin to really enjoy a happy, successful, healthy life, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. You've got to make those kind of declarations to yourself.
Have you been thinking about getting into Forex trading? Forex trading opens up a world of opportunity for those who know how to do it properly. You can experience financial freedom and reap tremendous rewards for your trading skills. Unfortunately, many programs make big promises and throw students into the trading market without the proper knowledge and expertise to succeed. Fortunately, there is a solution. Great White FX Academy is the best place to start your Forex trading journey with the tools, resources, and education necessary to help you thrive in the market. Great White FX is an online Forex training platform that provides technical training that will help you succeed. It is of the utmost importance to have a proper qualitative education to participate in Forex trading, and that is exactly what Great White FX focuses on. You can reach us on Facebook at Great White FX and Forex Educational Academy, on Instagram at Great White FX, on Twitter at Great White FX, or call us at 234-803-930-61888.
Good evening. Good evening all. You're welcome to today's currency review with Great White FX for the 26th of September 2019. If you can hear me clearly and see my screen, please can you type in yes into the chat box. If you can hear me clearly and see my screen, please can you type in yes into the chat box. Okay, so once again, I welcome you all to the class. So without wasting much of your time, let's get down to business. So as always, we're going to start off with our fundamental. We're going to find out our scheduled fundamental news release from Forex Factory. Going to find out any scheduled fundamental news release for tomorrow, being the 26th, which is a Thursday. So we're going to check out to see what we have scheduled for tomorrow. So tomorrow being the 26th. Well, so we're going to have by 2:30 p.m. that's West African time, we're going to have final GDP for the US dollar. It's a minor impact. Then by 3:30, Draghi is going to be speaking. Draghi is the European Central Bank's president. He's going to be speaking. Then at 3:45, the Bank of England's governor too, Frankfurt. Okay, it's the same conference. They are both going to be speaking at the same conference. So that might cause a little bit of firework. So we just need to be aware of those times. That's from 3:30, 3:45, 4 p.m., 5:45. So we just need to be aware of those times. So let's be aware, daylight saving shift starts on Saturday. So what does that mean? It means your 4-hour candle starts counting from 11 West African Central Time. It shifts forward by 1 hour. So your 4-hour candle, the new candle of the day, will not be by 10 p.m. It will be by 11 p.m. So we need to be aware of that as from Saturday. So that's out of the way. Let's get down into business to see what we have today on our pairs of interest. So as always, we're going to start with the dollar index. So looking at the dollar index, it seemed yesterday's bearish move was a dip and a ballooned off today. So this is clearly bullish. And like I always say, sometimes what you just need to do is you pick the low, pick the high, and wait and see. If it pulls back, because in this move, some people might want to buy here, some people might not want to buy here. They'll be anticipating this is so high a price. They'll be looking for cheaper prices. And if you look at cheaper prices on this chart, let me get this well drawn. If you look for cheaper prices on this chart, you'll notice that there's a level here and it trends with the 50% of the fib of this move. So we need to pay attention to that. So going into our chart, you can see this is a very bullish move. Very bullish move, but it's inside an area here. So if you would ask me, I would say as long as price stays above 98, 96, it's going to move higher. So you'll be looking at something like this. It most likely will move higher. But should you get a 4-hour close below 96, 98, and price will reject this, then it might come down to this point or to this point. But for now, this pair is clearly bullish, as you can see. The next pair I'll be looking at is gold. So gold dropped today. Gold is bearish. Same thing too applies. You pick the high, you pick the low. The same principle. We'll go down to the intraday chart. Gold is sitting above a zone. This trend line break, from what we can see, this trend line break is false. So we'll remove it. So basically, this is what we have on gold. This is what we have on gold, basically for gold. As long as price stays above here, there's a potential it might rally up to this place. But should price go below this place, you need to see a break, retest, and a drop lower. Because it is in a downtrend, you'll be looking to sell into any rally. You'll be looking for strength to sell into. And as you can see, this is a bearish engulfing candle. So the next pair we'll be looking at is Usdchf. We're looking at the Usdchf. Well, just like I said, this one, he did the pullback. As you can see, the pullback was very massive. So looking at this chart, we could say that this is bullish in nature. And see, this is bullish in nature. And I think what this pair reacted to was this low here. That was that swing low it reacted to. So from there, the buyers came in and drove price back up. So for now, this pair is very, very bullish. So how do we trade this pair intraday? So where he is now, you can see this is a trend line that he broke. So now we have a resistance area here and we have a support area. So this is what will happen. As long as price stays above this level here, that's 99.05, it has the potential to still move higher. So you might see something like that. They might just drop here, close back here and move up. But should a 4-hour close below here and retest this level and gets rejected, you might see price do this. So that's the game plan on this pair tomorrow. You can see it's pretty bullish. And if you ask me, the target might be somewhere up here. So the next pair we'll be looking at is Euro USD. Looking at the Euro USD. Euro USD dropped today due to dollar index strength. But if you look at where the Euro USD is, on the daily, what we might see, same thing too, might see a bit of a pullback. So you apply the fib, but this swing, you see these spikes here as where price is now. And if you pick this area here, you have something like this. You have a small trend line here. I don't think I drew it on this intraday chart. So you have something like a small trend line, but price is sitting slightly above a lot of zones. I might just ignore it. Price is sitting above a lot of zones here. So now this area is very big. This is a very, very big zone. So if you would ask me, should price close above this area, you might see something like this towards here. But should it close below here, and you might see something like this. So this is a possible outplay on the Euro USD tomorrow. So you just need to be aware of that, because given the way the bearish momentum is, it might pull back a bit. And if it pulls back, then if it stays below this shaded red zone here, it might most likely fall back down. But should it close above this area and retest and it holds as support, then you might see price move. So that's what might play out tomorrow on this pair. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the Euro Pound. So looking at the Euro Pound, you can see this 61.8 level has held. Price has closed slightly bullish. This is a bullish engulfing, but it is below this daily 13 moving average. So as you can see, that was where price got rejected from. So we might see a bit of a pullback on this pair. Before it continues higher. So we might see a bit of a pullback on this pair. Let me get rid of all this line. Get rid of all this line. So you might see something like this. A bit of a pullback, then a move higher on this pair. So that's what you might see on this pair tomorrow. A bit of a pullback and then a move higher. But should it go above this zone, then you might see something like this. But we need to be mindful of this trend line here. Let me extend this trend line. We need to be mindful of this trend line here. Trend line might serve as an obstacle. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the Gbp USD. So looking at the Gbp USD, dollar strength and Euro Gbp strength resulted in this pair breaking below this level. So if you ask me, the best place to short is to wait for it at 1.2405. That's just what you need to do. You use the fee baking. And if you notice, 1.2405 rhymes up with the 38.2. So that's just what you need to wait for, because for now, it's sitting above its support. So it might most likely run up into here. If this area holds as resistance, it's going to drop lower. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the Gbp Chf. Looking at the Gbp Chf from the intraday. This is a bearish close. It has closed below the 13 on the daily. But it has this long lower wick. Because if you look to your left, there's an anchor candle here. Excuse me, sorry. This is what I call an anchor candle. Price did not close below the open price of this candle. As you can see, it bounced from there, which means that there's a potential it might bounce slightly up. And that might be this area. It might rally up into this area. Should this area hold as resistance, then price might drop lower. So that's the game plan on that pair. The next pair we're looking at is Usdjpy. So dollar strength turned everything on this pair. So but basically this pair you can see this is a correction and this might be a continuation back up. It's close bullish on the daily. So what you might just see is price needs to stay above this shaded red zone. If it stays above it, then there's a potential it's going to move higher. That's what we have on the Usdchpy. That pair we're going to look at is Euro Yen. And if you notice the Usdjpy, that's a bullish engulfing on the daily. The EuroJPY is not impressive. Small bodied candles showing lack of downward continuation. Lack of downward continuation, loss of momentum. But it's sitting above a support zone, as you can see. As long as it stays above the support zone, it has a potential to still move high. But should it close below this zone and retest and get rejected, then we may see price drop lower. The next pair we're going to be looking at is the pound yen. Looking at the pound yen, this is a bearish close. The bearish close has closed below the 13 on the daily. So let's see what we have here. Well, it's sitting above a support structure. As you can see, it has bounced up there. So there is a potential it may drop through or it may bounce up a bit then before going lower. So this is what you might be expecting tomorrow, or maybe from this night. It might run up here. If here gets rejected, then it might drop a bit. Or you wait for a break below, a retest of this area and a rejection, and they move lower. But if you look at it from the daily point of view, it is bearish. It's bearish of the daily. The next pair is the AUD/USD. So looking at the AUD/USD, this is bearish. This is pretty bearish. This is bearish on the daily. So the AUD/USD, you can see, let us load up a bit. This zone here, you see the break, the retest, and the rejection, which means that this pair is moving lower. This pair is moving lower. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro AUD. So this pair has just been ranging, but it still has a tail to the upside, but he has just been ranging. Just been ranging. You can see that's just what he's been doing above this zone. So now this is the major storyline. It may drop down here. If it stays above here, then you might be expecting something like this, the move higher. But should it close properly below this zone and get rejected, then you might see it go down. That's what we might see tomorrow. But for me, if you ask me, it still has a bias to the upside. Lots of indecision, but it still has a bias to the upside. Next, we'll be looking at is the Gbp AUD. Yeah, still sitting above this is support structure, but bearish on the daily. So how do we trade that intraday? Let's see. Let me see. Well, it's just what I'll call it. It still needs to come down here. This will be the decider. What happens here will be the decider for this pair. So you might see it pull up a bit before dropping. So the last pair for the day is the USD card. We're looking at the USD card. Like I said, as long as it's above this level, it has the potential to still move up. That was what I said yesterday. You can see this trend line is running from here. It's respecting it. So there's a potential that if it breaks this trend line, and does a pullback, it might move up. So that is it for today's review. If you have any questions, you can reach me out on any of these handles. These are my social media handles, and I'll be glad to attend to your questions. This is the YouTube channel. This recording will be posted on this YouTube channel. The chat will be posted on the Facebook and the Instagram channel. On the Instagram channel, you can follow, like our page, and the link to the YouTube channel is on the Instagram bio. So I thank you all for taking your time to attend this class, and wish you all a beautiful night's sleep and happy trading day ahead. Thank you.